Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Rajiv Kamal from AN Sinha Institute of Social Studies, Patna. Today we are discussing the module Distribution of Tribes in India from the paper Tribal Culture of India. The main learning objectives of this module are to develop some understanding of the concept of tribe that have been made in anthropology, to know the classification of Indian tribes on the basis of geographical location, to know the classification of Indian tribes on the basis of language spoken by them, to know the classification of Indian tribes on the basis of their cultural integration, and the last objectives of this module is to know the classification of Indian tribes on the basis of economic activities pursued by different groups of tribals. Article 366(25) of the Constitution of India refers to the scheduled tribes to those communities who are scheduled according to Article 342 of the Constitution of India and has been declared so by the President of India. So there is no concrete definition of tribes even in the Constitution, as it mentions only those communities who are scheduled according to the Article 342 of the Constitution. And unique culture, geographical isolation, tribals are generally isolated from the mainstream population. However, now some of the tribals are also moving outside their habitat to the cities for the job opportunities. Some indications of primitive culture: shyness with the contact of other communities, that is, most of the tribal communities are hesitant to interact with the caste communities or non tribal communities. They are generally backward. Basis of Indian tribals classification. The Indian tribal population are classified on the basis of geographical region as well. The tribal population is mainly concentrated in certain parts of the country. The classification of Indian tribes can be made on the basis of geographical locations, languages they spoke, the cultural integration of tribal groups. The classification can also be made on the basis of ethnic distinctiveness and on the basis of economic practices they have. The first classification, which is based on the geographical locations, is the tribals of India can be classified geographically into north, northeastern zone, the states of central part of India, and the states of southern zone. The concentration of tribal population in different states of India is shown in the map. It can be seen that some of the states of northeastern part of the country and central zone such as Bhopal, Chhattisgarh, such as Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand in the central part, and some of the states of western part such as Rajasthan, Maharashtra and Gujarat, and the states of Andhra Pradesh in southern part have more concentration of tribal population. but the highest percentage of to the general population, but the highest tribal population is found in the northeastern part of the country. Now we can see the first zone of tribal concentration, which is north and north states of the country. The first state of northern India is the state of Kashmir, and the major tribal groups are Sipi, Beda, Palti, Bot, Changa. The second state of northern India is Himachal Pradesh, and the prominent tribal communities of this state are Gaddi, Kanora, Lamba, Gujar, and Lahola. The third state of North India is Uttar Pradesh, and the main tribal communities are Bhotia, Bhuska, Jaunsari, Raji, and Tharu. The state of Rajasthan has the important tribal communities such as Bhil, Meena, Koli, Damor, Dhanka. The state of Rajasthan is located in the western part, but convenience of for the sake of classification, it is categorized into north and northeastern zone. In the northeastern part of the country, in the state of Sikkim, the important tribal communities are Bhutia, Sherpa, Lepcha, Tibetan. In another state of Arunachal Pradesh, which is also lying in northeastern part of the country, and the important tribal communities are Kuki, Kachari, Mikki, Garo. In the state of Mizoram, in northeastern zone, the important tribal communities are Chakma, Dimasha, and Garo. The next zone is central zone of the country. In central zone, the state of Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, and Madhya Pradesh are categorized. In the state of Jharkhand, which was erstwhile Bihar, the important tribal communities are Baigaj, Asur, Birhor, Gond, Bhumij, Padahiya, Santhals, Munda, Oraon, etc. In the next state, Chhattisgarh of Central Zone, the important tribal communities are Gonds, Abuj Maria, Baishan, Horn Maria, Muria, Halwa. Muria and Maria are concentrated mainly in one of the districts of Chhattisgarh, which is Bastar. In the next state, Madhya Pradesh of Central Zone, the important tribal communities are Kols, Baiga, Gonds, Oraons, and Kamars. The last category of the geographical location is Southern Zone, and the states belong to this zone are Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Andaman and Nicobar Islands is a separate category, but it is kept in the southern zone for the geographical classification. In the state of Karnataka, the important tribal communities are Adian, Kudiya, Koya, Malaikuda, Kuraga. The next state of Tamil Nadu in southern zone have the important tribal communities such as Eravalan, Irular, Kadar, Konda, Kapuj, Toda. In the state of Andhra Pradesh, the important tribal communities are Gadwaj, Chenchuj, and Gond. In Andaman and Nicobar Islands, the important tribal communities are Andamanese, Jarwaj, Nicobarese, Ongej, Sentinelese, and Shompens. Some of the some of these tribal communities of Andaman and Nicobar Islands are very small in number and facing the situation of extinction. The population of India consists of many types of people, culture, and ethnic groups. Due to diversity in the population, there is a high degree of variations in the language they spoke. Every group of population having their own dialect and developed in their own regions due to isolations from the rest of the society. Large number of uh, tribal population also create differences between the socio-economic and cultural culture of particular communities. According to the 8th schedule of the Constitution of India, there are 22 national languages. In the beginning, during the drafting of the Constitution, there were only 14 such languages, but later on, 8 more languages were added through 92nd Amendment of the Constitution. The 22 official languages are, which are mentioned in the Constitution of India, are Assamese, Bengali, Bodo, Dogri, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Kashmiri, Konkani, Maithili, Manipuri, which is also known as Methi, Marathi, Nepali, Udiya, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Santhali, Sindhi, Tamil, Telugu, and Urdu. The official language of the country is Hindi. The next category of classification is based on the languages spoken by the tribal communities. According to the Constitution of India, 8th schedule recognized 22 national languages. When the 8th schedule was written during its draft form, there was only 14 languages, and later on 8 more languages were added after the 92nd Amendment. The official language of the Union of India is Hindi. However, the languages recognized by the Constitution are Assamese, Bengali, Bodo, Dogri, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Kashmiri, Konkani, Maithili, Manipuri, which is also called as Methi, Marathi, Nepali, Udiya, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Santhali, Sindhi, Tamil, Telugu, and Urdu. These languages are grouped into different category. The first is Indo-European category, second is Austroasiatic category, third is Dravidian group, and fourth is Sino-Tibetan group of languages. The Austroasiatic group of language is further categorized into two groups. First is Mon Khmer and the second is Munda. Similarly, Sino-Tibetan language is divided into further two groups. The first is Thai group and the second is Tibeto-Burmese group. As discussed, the Austroasiatic family is divided into two subgroups and they are Mon Khmer Varanj. It includes the tribes like Nicobaris and Khasi tribe, and the second category of Austroasiatic families Munda branch. It includes the tribes like Santhals, Munda, Khadiya, and Shabar who speak Munda branch of language. This branch is the largest in Austroasiatic family and includes the tribals from Chota Nagpur, Odisha, and central India. Santhali language speaker are alone the largest speaker of the Austroasiatic family. Some of the following speeches are given in Munda branch of Austroasiatic family such as Mundari, Santhali, Kherwari, Agadia. Mundari speaking tribals are confined to the areas such as Mayurbhanj, district of Odisha, Ranchi, Betul, and Santhal Parganas of Jharkhand. The next important group of language is Dravidian family, which is further